My 30th birthday party turned into the kind of disaster people whisper about for years. All I wanted was a chill night with friends and family, but instead, it ended with my mom crying, my dad storming out, and my brother screaming at me in front of everyone. The worst part, it wasn't even about me. Somehow, my birthday became the battleground for every buried family secret to come exploding out at once. It started simple enough. We were all gathered in my apartment, music playing, drinks flowing, laughter filling the room. I was opening gifts when my brother made a joke, a stupid little jab about my job. Normally, I'd brush it off, but this time, maybe because of the champagne, I snapped back. Better unemployed than cheating on your girlfriend every weekend, I said, and the room went silent. My brother froze, his smirk vanishing. What did you just say? He asked, his voice low and sharp. The laughter, the music, everything felt like it died in that moment. My friends stared at me wide-eyed. My mom's hand shot to her mouth. Don't, she whispered. But it was too late. I had opened the door, and the truth was about to come pouring out. You heard me, I said, my pulse pounding in my ears. I've seen you. Don't act like you're some golden boy when you've been sneaking around behind Rachel's back for months. That's when my dad slammed his drink down so hard the glass cracked. Enough, he barked, but my brother wasn't listening. His face turned beet red as he stepped toward me. You think you're better than me? He shouted, jabbing a finger at my chest. You've been a screw-up your whole life, and now you're gonna ruin mine because you're jealous. My sister-in-law, Rachel, stood frozen on the couch, her hand clutched over her heart. Is that true? She whispered. Everyone turned to look at her. My brother stammered, his face twitching with panic. Babe, don't listen to him, he's drunk, he doesn't know what he's saying. But the way Rachel's face crumpled, I knew she already suspected. She just hadn't wanted to believe it. And now, in front of my entire family and half my friends, the lie had been ripped wide open. Rachel's eyes welled up with tears as she stood, her voice shaking. How long? She asked. No one breathed. The only sound was the low hum of the refrigerator in the kitchen. My brother tried to laugh it off, but it came out awkward, broken. Come on, don't do this here. How long? Rachel's voice cracked like a whip. My brother's jaw clenched. He looked around the room as if searching for backup, but all he got was stares. Some angry, some horrified, some just waiting for the explosion. Finally, he muttered, "It was nothing. A couple times, it didn't mean anything." Rachel gasped like he'd slapped her. Then she picked up her drink and hurled it at the wall, glass shattering everywhere. On his birthday, in front of everyone, she screamed, "You're disgusting." My mom rushed forward, grabbing Rachel's arm. "Please, calm down, let's not." "No," Rachel snapped, yanking away. "Don't defend him. You all let him get away with everything his whole life, didn't you? And now this." My dad stood up, his face dark as thunder. "That's enough," he growled, staring at my brother. "I told you, if you ever pulled this crap, you'd regret it." "What the hell are you talking about, Dad?" My brother spat back, his voice cracking. "Don't act like you're so perfect. You think I don't know about you and—" He stopped mid-sentence, but it was too late. My mom's face drained of color. "Don't you dare," she whispered. The entire room shifted. My dad's fists clenched at his sides, his chest heaving. My mom was trembling, shaking her head. "This isn't the time," she said, her voice breaking. But my brother, furious, cornered, just sneered. "Oh, what? You think no one knows? You think your perfect little marriage hasn't been a joke for years?" The words hung in the air like poison. My friends looked at each other nervously, clearly wishing they could vanish. My aunt actually stood and said, "I think I should go," but no one paid attention. And then my dad's voice, low and dangerous, cut through the silence. "Not another word." The birthday candles on the cake flickered, unnoticed, as my family's entire foundation began to crumble in front of everyone. Rachel was sobbing now, clutching her purse like it was a lifeline. "You cheated on me, and now you're telling me your parents' marriage is fake too. What kind of family is this?" My brother snapped, "Oh, don't act like you're some saint. You knew what you were signing up for." His words sliced through the room, cruel and desperate. That's when my mom slapped him. Hard, the sound echoed and everyone froze. "Don't you dare put this on her," she hissed, her hands trembling, tears streaked down her cheeks. My brother staggered back, holding his cheek, eyes wide. "You hit me," he shouted. "You've never." "Because I've never been so ashamed of my own son," she said, her voice breaking. My dad slammed his fist on the table, rattling plates and glasses. "This ends now," he bellowed. "We're not airing this in front of everyone." But my brother just laughed, a bitter, ugly laugh. "Too late for that, Dad. Everyone's already watching the perfect little family fall apart." The guests shifted uncomfortably, some whispering, some openly staring like it was the best drama they'd ever seen. I wanted to crawl under the table to vanish, but I couldn't move. Then Rachel's voice cut through, sharp as a knife. "So it's true, you've been cheating, and your father too." She turned to my mom, her voice trembling. "How long have you known?" My mom's lips parted, but no words came out. And that silence, that heavy, suffocating silence, was the answer. Rachel let out a bitter laugh, wiped her tears, and grabbed her coat. "You're all liars," she spat. "Every single one of you." She stormed toward the door, heels clicking against the floor, guests parting like the Red Sea to let her pass. My brother rushed after her, shouting, "Wait, Rachel, please." But she slammed the door so hard the whole apartment shook. The room was chaos. My mom sobbed into her hands, my dad stood rigid with fury, and my brother pounded on the door, screaming her name. And me, I just sat there staring at the cake, 30 candles burning down to nothing, wondering how my birthday had turned into the end of my family as I knew it. The silence after Rachel left was deafening. My brother stood with his fists against the door, his forehead pressed to the wood like he could will her back. My mom's sobs filled the room, and my dad just kept packing, muttering curses under his breath. Finally, my aunt broke the tension. "Maybe we should all just go," she whispered, glancing nervously at the rest of the guests. And honestly, I didn't blame them. My apartment felt like a war zone. But my dad spun around, his face red. "No one leaves until we settle this," he snapped. His voice carried the kind of authority that froze people in place, even though none of them had any stake in it. I wanted to scream. It was my birthday, my party, and somehow I was trapped in the middle of an interrogation that had nothing to do with me. My brother finally turned, his eyes wild, and pointed at me. "This is your fault," he hissed. "You couldn't just shut up for one night, could you? You had to destroy everything." My chest tightened. "Don't put this on me. You're the one sneaking around, lying to your girlfriend." "She's my fiancée," he screamed, voice cracking. "We were supposed to get married in 6 months. Now what? You think you're some hero for exposing me? You're a jealous loser who can't stand to see me happy." My friends shifted uncomfortably, clearly torn between defending me and staying the hell out of it. I could feel my face burning, my hands trembling. And before I could even reply, my dad roared, "Both of you shut UP." He looked at my mom, his voice shaking. "They don't need to know everything." That sentence sent a chill down my spine. Everything, my stomach flipped. My mom shook her head violently, but my brother smirked. "Oh, come on, Dad. The perfect facade is already gone. Might as well rip the rest of the mask off." My dad's face went pale. He grabbed my brother by the arm, hissing something under his breath, but my brother yanked free. "Tell them," he shouted, his voice echoing through the room. "Tell them what you've been doing all these years." Every single pair of eyes turned to my dad, and I swear, in that moment, I wasn't sure if he was going to confess or kill my brother on the spot. My dad's fists clenched so tight his knuckles turned white. He looked like a bomb about to detonate. Finally, he growled, "This isn't the time or the place." But my brother wasn't letting go. "When is the time, huh? You've been lying to Mom, to us, to everyone for years, and you think you're any better than me." My mom stood up suddenly, tears streaking down her face. "Stop it, both of you, please." But my brother just shouted over her. "He's been cheating too, for years, on Mom, and she knows. That's why she never calls me out, because she can't." The words hit the room like a grenade. Gasps, whispers, people shifting uncomfortably, eyes darting between my parents like watching a car crash in slow motion. My dad slammed his hand against the wall so hard a picture frame fell. "Shut your damn mouth," he roared. His face was beet red, sweat glistening on his forehead. But my mom's silence, her silence said everything. She didn't deny it. She didn't scream back. She just sat there, shoulders shaking, hands covering her face. "Oh my God," I whispered. My chest felt like it was caving in. This couldn't be real, not here, not on my birthday. My friends were whispering now, some edging toward the door. My cousin muttered, "Jude, this is insane." And it was. It felt like my entire family had been living in a lie, and I was the idiot who thought a birthday party would be harmless. Then my dad pointed at me. "And you," he snarled, his voice dripping with venom, "don't think you're innocent in all this. You lit the match." I froze. What? I didn't cheat on anyone. "No," he growled, stepping closer, his shadow falling over me. "But you wanted this. You wanted to see him humiliated. You wanted to see this family crumble, didn't you? Because you've always been jealous, always the failure, always bitter." The room spun. His words cut deeper than I thought possible. My birthday cake was still sitting on the table, candles melted into wax puddles, untouched. The night that was supposed to celebrate me had turned into my public execution. And for the first time, I wondered, had I really destroyed my own family, or was it already rotting long before I opened my mouth? I stood up so fast my chair toppled over. My hands were shaking, but I forced my voice to stay steady. "Don't you dare put this on me. You cheated. He cheated. Mom knew. This family was broken long before tonight." The words came out harsher than I intended, but there was no taking them back. My mom let out a sob, and my brother glared like he wanted to strangle me. "You self-righteous little," my dad started, but my best friend Mark finally spoke up. "Enough," he shouted, louder than anyone else had all night. The room froze. "This is insane. You're tearing each other apart and blaming the only person here who's been honest. Look around you, look at what you're doing." For a moment, no one spoke. My dad's jaw flexed, my brother's chest heaved, my mom just stared at the floor. Then my brother broke the silence with a laugh that sent chills down my spine. It wasn't funny, it was bitter, hollow, honest. He exposed me in front of everyone just to feel better about his pathetic life. That's not honesty, that's cruelty. I snapped. Cruelty is lying to the person who loves you most. Cruelty is watching mom cry herself to sleep every night while dad pretends everything's fine. Don't you dare put me in the same category as you. My mom flinched, whispering, "Please stop," but my brother's face twisted with rage. He stepped closer, his fists clenched. "You think you're some hero? You're nothing, nothing." His spit hit my cheek as he screamed, and before I realized what was happening, he shoved me. I stumbled back into the table, knocking over plates and cups. Gasps filled the room. My friends jumped up, shouting, "Whoa, chill out," but my brother was already lunging again. Mark grabbed him, holding him back, while I wiped my face, trembling with adrenaline. My dad just stood there, glaring at both of us like we were wild animals. My mom was crying uncontrollably, begging, "Please, please stop." I wanted to hit him back. I wanted to finally let out every ounce of anger I'd buried for years. But instead, I just looked at him and said, "You've already lost everything tonight. Don't lose the last piece of dignity you've got left." For a second, his face faltered. His rage cracked into something else, fear maybe. But then he jerked free of Mark's grip and stormed out of the apartment, slamming the door so hard it rattled the walls. The silence afterward felt like standing in the wreckage of a bomb that had just gone off. The room looked like a battlefield. Broken glass on the floor, spilled drinks, cake melted into nothing. My mom sat collapsed on the couch, her face in her hands. My dad stood stiff, staring at the door like he wanted to follow my brother, but couldn't. I stood there shaking, every muscle in my body buzzing with adrenaline. My friends hovered awkwardly, whispering to each other, unsure whether to leave or comfort me. Finally, my dad muttered, This never should have come out." His voice was flat, almost hollow. He didn't even look at me. That's when I realized he wasn't sorry. Not for what he did to my mom, not for what he let my brother become, and definitely not for what he'd said to me. He was only sorry the truth had spilled out in public. I looked at him, then at my mom, and something inside me just broke. "I'm done," I said quietly, but my voice carried through the wreckage of the night. "I'm done pretending this family is normal. I'm done covering for all of you." My mom sobbed harder, whispering my name, but I shook my head. "No," I tried to hold it together, "but look at us. This isn't family, it's a lie we keep telling ourselves." I grabbed my coat, stepped over the shattered glass, and opened the door. For 1 second, I looked back at the wreckage of the people who raised me, the cake that never got eaten, the candles that had burned out hours ago. And then I walked out into the cold night air, leaving them to sit in the ruins of their secrets. My 30th birthday, the night I thought I'd celebrate life, was the night I finally buried the family I thought I had.